Right, hello everyone. It's really windy out today. I've just been up for my dog walk. Just looking around the area again. I could actually smell gas today. Like, I showed you the vents where they're putting the vents around the fields. There's like a bit where you walk round back to the housing bit up here, and loads of people keep smelling gas up there, so they've been keep redoing it. You find that quite a lot around here because all this was only built like 50 years ago. There's like 6,000 people that live here, and a lot of the roots, like because Gaia is still quite wild here, a lot of the roots keep, loads of drains and have to be redone, like a lot of phone things have to be redone around here because the nature is still so wild. It's starting to overpower, the man-made stuff as well, because it's networked. Like there's a lot of trees here. This all used to be orchards. I studied Kent when I first got here because I've like grown up around here quite a lot and stuff, and I've actually printed out all the old maps. Like like I showed you the horse in the last one. The head of the Kent County Council was in Maidstone, and when you look back at the old maps, that was where one of the first like mental health like mental homes was put. Basically, when you look at what they did just start building here, like I went to all the old libraries around here. I've got looking at all the books people had done, and they've actually got like a book where people have passed down from all the old churches here, like the actual accounts of everything from Mepham and that. But yeah, Melissa sent me someone's channel. I can't pronounce his name, but his work is really interesting. I messaged him, so hopefully he'll watch this. But he's looking at all the light and the magnetism, which he really understands, and he's talking about it from the other end of the spectrum from me, whereas mine's channeled, but his is actually looking into also like the magnetism and the colour. And when he shows you like the radiometer thing he's got, because I keep going on about the colour purple. I've been obsessed with the colour purple. And Alicia said, like, my guru, he said a lot of people get put in mental homes because of the colour purple. When you look where it is, like Cadbury's use it for the chocolate, and just looking like society, not many people use it, right? And it does something. And Reiki, you can use it in, and then the UV from the sun. I was saying I was meditating on it in my eyelids and it would disappear when the chemtrails went over. It was really interesting actually, because when he showed the light spectrum to this radiometer thing, the only way it spiraled up was through purple. So they're doing something with the light spectrum. Well, we already know that the binary code's fake. I was being shown banknotes with binary code on it. I was showing it in one of my paintings upstairs. I now realise it was because of the size of the magnetic energy. So something's up with that, because the crop circles, the fake ones, some of them are square. So, and then they're reading the binary code from language, which language is fake anyway. So the thing I'm seeing is that like a lot of this is my amethyst, by the way. It's a really dark piece. Look, you can just capture it in the light. How cool is that? Whoop. That's really cool actually. I always have to put it up to the light to be able to see inside it, because it literally looks so dark. I forgot what I was saying about now. Yeah, so I think a lot of people, when they're like connecting to the earth, a lot of people they're saying language in their head. Like I remember this ages ago, one of my friends, Jib, said to me, "Oh, what do you see? Can you not understand the language?" Whereas a lot of people have been shown, or their subconscious is putting words there, because like we were programmed from then and from our ancestors, and our ancestors were programmed by their ancestors. So when we do actually try to connect to the inner earth, I think it all needs to be visual. A lot of people are saying stuff in their head when actually they need to use visual. They need to use the light, because that's what Reiki is. Yeah, when you're calling in the chakras. Also, this painting was showing me lightning below the ground, and I just channeled this. So Gaia always talks to me through that. But yeah, it needs to be visual. And if you think of these, like the hue in this would be us. It would be us, like our bones decayed and everything comes down to all this stuff would be the hue. So this is actually holding memory. This is actually memory of the earth. And there's something to do with the magnetism as well. So, and like when I meditated as well, with the clearer white bits of the white quartz from South Africa, some of it started turning pink. So our hue actually interacts, and they were showing me today on my walk they kept showing me like a boy and then a girl and then pink and then blue. Why did they put girls and boys as pink and blue? What's the difference? Why did they do that? And what else was they showing me? Oh, they were showing me something else that was important. I wanted to do this video. It will come back to me. So yeah, we can start connecting more visually, and I think if we use a bit more purple, because me and Mum, when we went to that Super Divine event where we caught the black goo, whatever it is, in the crystal, I was trying to figure out how we moved it, and through watching this guy's video now, when he's shown purples, anything that came up, we got it in an amethyst crystal, which is purple, and then me and Mum were using Reiki, so we would have been using the ultraviolet light, because Reiki is a form of bringing down light, so when they're training people in Reiki, they're training them to bring down the light. So we must have moved it through a frequency of purple, because I use purple fire quite a lot, and I love the colour. It makes me feel safe. And when I spoke to the girl that I pulled the black goo out of, because we could go and talk to them on stage, I said to her, do you see purple? And she said no, and I said, for some reason, I said to her, purple will always keep you safe. So yeah, I just wanted to drop by and say that, because I have been going on about it and I wanted to elaborate on it now for a few other people. If you're visualizing and you're connecting, just to connect a little bit more to that frequency, because they're capping it somehow, or yeah. I use it quite a lot in my work as well, and instead of black, actually, I always used it instead of black. But yeah. I was hanging out with the chalk again today, looking around, but it's really, really windy, so I didn't go out for too long. So, yeah, I just wanted to read a couple of these. And my painting as well, the orb in it, the one downstairs that I've been showing you updates of, is starting to turn white. The orb in it was starting to I think it's plasma, but the electricity coming out of this orb is like starting to go around the painting, so it's like blue, white. So yeah, and also some of the other videos where people have like reported stuff off of ships and that the writing is purple on them, like unidentified flying objects, not aliens. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about some of the research has spoken about pink and purple writing. So there's something about, like, we're seeing in the blues magnetism, which I was seeing, that's disappearing from some of the flint. So yeah, they keep showing me like the moment like purple, blue and pink, and then they were showing me girl, boy. So yeah, that was that. And then Alicia gave me these, sent me these in the post, bless her. So I'm going to pull a couple of these. See how many comes out actually. Just a one. So this one. I never really studied alchemy. I was always drawn to like phoenixes and lions and drawing other stuff, and then it came to me. It actually found me. So I'm finding all the answers I want in this now. Oh, and another thing as well, lead. I kept being shown lead, so I've been looking into all the other stuff, yeah, because it's all in the old pub windows and that, lead, and it's in pencils. And in this book it tells you on the Saturn one, again linking with Saturn, yeah, because all pencils at school, with school kids, are like wooden hexagons, and then the lead's inside, so all the kids are using that, and then obviously they use it in the windows and that as well, and other things. But lead is like the furthest away from gold, so all these kids in school, and that, like my little sister when she's in school, she's like a different person when she comes back here. Like when she's being at school, she's really hard to deal with, because she's at that age, like 11, 12, 13, you know, and she's 13 now, but when I first came, so I've been watching that process of her starting school, and she's just changed, like, and all her friends, you know, when she's off in the school holidays, she takes her like a week to get back to normal. Hope she'll be drawing with me, like chilled, relaxing, and at the moment she's really not, and it's because they're putting them near all this energy, like near all the stuff they use in the schools, like line up, sit at a desk, do this, do that. Where do they get to express themselves? You know what I mean? So, and they're all really intelligent. Ah, nice. So we got the peacock's tail rainbow. I love these drawings they're putting in them too, they're pretty cool. So let's read it out. I'm not great with reading, but I'm gonna try to do it. Sometimes I don't understand the words. They might, if they're pronounced wrong, sorry, but you'll understand some of what I mean. So it says underneath the picture, a rainbow appears after a storm. Clouds break open and sunlight returns. In that picture there. So too, the peacock's tail is an intermediate stage when the glistening colours of the rainbow appear iridescent in the vessel. Rainbow. Opportunities appear abundant. I'm just trying to nourish your hopes and dreams, but stay focused and beware of illusions. And like a star appearing in the dark of the night, the volatile principle, a metallic humid substance, begins to appear in the darkness of Nigeria. I don't know that word, sorry guys. Swirling from above. Our chemical winds are activated, literally. And within the vessel, the purifying celestial air falls on the earth below. As the outer fire is slowly intensified, moisture begins to evaporate until the matter is coagulated below. A peacock's tail of beauty, iridescent colours appears like a rainbow after a storm. Pretty cool. And then there's one more bit here. The time has come after a period of darkness to emerge again into the light of day. You may feel that you are waking from a deep sleep or from a necessary period of rest and recuperation. Cosmic winds begin to stir your spirits, signalling a call for personal change. Spring has arrived and new shoots are bursting forth with the potential for abundant growth. Carefully pruning now will ensure a healthy harvest later. New possibilities appear on the horizon like the myriad of colours in the rainbow. Take care not to rush headlong into illusion. The rainbow promises a pot of gold, literally, but seems to fade when we chase after it. So we need to stay present, yeah? External forces may have encouraged this change, but you know best your own timetable for transformation. Honour your inner cycles and emerge gently from the cocoon. Remember that the new wings of a butterfly need time to dry in the sun before taking flight. Acknowledge past achievements with pride while humbly realising there is still more to accomplish and learn. As the peacock displays its beautiful tail, begin to open and share your wondrous inner perfection with the world. It's when I read the black and white text, it moves. I can't, like, when I read my challengings, my books, I can read my own writing because it's like colour and all over the place, and then when I read it's all the same, so it kind of like, it merges and it moves on the page. I can't read it properly. So yeah, I've always been like that. Even when I was at school, I used to have loads of tutors because I couldn't learn to tell the time either. That's another thing, the time, because they're saying about the Earth grids, yeah, 12. There's meant to be 12. And then when you look on a clock, the clock is also white, and it's going clockwise, and the clock is actually powered by the quartz anyway, and it goes like from 1 to 12. I just thought I'd say that and put that in. How long have we got? 15. Okay. Yeah. So I'll pull one card and then I'll finish up. Mini flying out. These cards are so old. They're like sticking together. Yay, there we go. And there's another phoenix. I actually like this card. They're pretty old, these cards. You see that they're like been used a lot. So transformation. There you go.